Hey Clashes, sneak peek number 1 for the February update, and we have a lot of things to discuss, because we are going to get a new defense, on top of that a new siege machine, new building level, new troops level, new spell level, a lot of things to discuss. But let's get things started with the new defense. For this defense you have to merge together the cannon and the archer tower, but only the geared up version, which means to upgrade this defense you need to have builder hall level 6. Otherwise you're not able to gear up your arch tower and your cannon. Otherwise you cannot merge those two together to create the multi-gear tower. Really important as well for moving forward. Then for maybe possible Town Hall 18 you need to merge everything together, so you need builder hall 6 at least. This multi-gear tower is having a long and a short range, exactly the way as the geared towers before, the cannon and the archer tower. The short range is doing way more damage, while the long range is dealing less damage, but it has the longer range. As well, this defense is attacking air and ground, which makes it really annoying to approach. But we will discuss a little bit later what I think might be the better option of those two different long or short range settings. You have overall the opportunity of upgrading it once to level 2 to make sure that you have even more damage. There is no supercharge with this update for this defense, just to make sure that you can, well, only upgrade it once. The final DPS, I mean, that's just really scary. 644, that's a lot of damage on this defense. Let's just check them out now in comparison. One giant deployed as far away as possible to make sure that the long range of this defense is utilized perfectly is getting one hit off. 3 loons on the other side, they're trying to approach, trying to get at least one drop off, maybe. For this one, you can see they already reached the cannon, or already reached the tower, and they can get a couple of drops off, overall half the hit points. What about the short range? Well, take a look at this. The giant did not even get close to this. The way of how this thing is shooting is just crazy, on like really a lot of damage, and they're not getting even one drop off really. So overall, I feel like the close range feels to be the better choice, but let's see how people are going to utilize it later on in the bases. Let me know what you think about this. By the way, if you want to upgrade this as quickly as possible, then you can obviously get the gold pass or any offers in game. If you're thinking about buying anything there, make sure that you're supporting your favorite content creator out there. And if you want to support me and this channel, make sure that you're using code iTzu. I really appreciate that. But let's keep going forward. Let's take a look at the new building level. We have the Expo getting a new level. Important. If you have supercharged the Expo already, the supercharge is removed. It's like it never existed. But you can supercharge that again, which means, yes, it feels sometimes a little bit strange, but you have to supercharge it again to get the value back. While the supercharge is always half of the regular level. So for example, we have the upgrade of the scatter shot, which is sadly only +5. But this means the supercharge, the first one is going to be the increase of the damage in half, the same as the hit points in half. So overall, we have now the supercharge, and then we have as well the hit points increase to make sure that you have bonus damage. Moving forward, we have as well the mortar with a new level over here. So this means again, the supercharge which you had already is going to be removed, and then instead you have to upgrade it once and can then supercharge it twice. This is how it works with every single defense which is going to get a new level in this update, because you were able to supercharge the Tesla, the Mortar, Expo and Scatter already. From all of those defenses though, which I'm wondering, which one is your favorite design? For me it's quite easy. I mean, this Tesla looks crazy good. I mean, just looks insane to me. So I'm really looking forward to see that in my village. But again, otherwise, everything stays the same. You can upgrade it once and then twice with the supercharges. And with that, you can do that with every single defense of this type in your village, which is already quite a few of upgrades. As well, you're going to get 75 more walls, which you can upgrade. But let's take a look at the troops now. We have the archer getting a new level. Interesting enough, the barbarian is not getting a new level, but the archer does, and this means the super version as well. Super archer get a new level as well. Super archer blim, comeback maybe? I don't think so. Next one is the healer. That might be a strange one, because healer is already one of the, if not the strongest troop in the game. But the important thing here is that the healing on troops is not changed, only on heroes. This is to make queen charges a little bit stronger again, or warden charges for example. Moving on, we have the P.E.K.K.A as well with the new level, but this is mostly affecting the siege barracks because you don't really bring P.E.K.K.A on your own in most cases, but a siege barrack is spawning like 2 P.E.K.K.A, so this is going to be a huge boost in power with having over 1000 more hit points because you have 2 P.E.K.K.A in there. Next one is the miner, and this might sound crazy, but guys, the miner is going to be scary strong. I will show you a mass miner attack at the end of the video when we went through out of the new level, but mass miner is going to be crazy. You might remember as well, I did a mass miner video just a couple of weeks ago. This is because I tested the new miner level, and it already works in the live game without the new level. With the new level, it's even more, it's just insane. I will show you. As well, the boulders get new level. They look really cool. The super boulders get new level as well, but I'm not sure if it's going to be really like a crazy boost, but it's nice to have for sure. The haste level is getting new level as well. Maybe brings back Lalo, who knows, but it's at least there. It's there. It's like nice to have, I assume, but I'm skeptical if Lalo's really going to have a comeback. Next one is the new siege machine, and this one is going to be complicated. For Channel 16, you can unlock the new workshop level. Now, listen carefully, because this new siege machine is like, it won't move. You can place it any like around the village, anywhere where you could deploy a regular troop as well, or other siege machine. It's going to stay there, and it's kind of working as a healer with the targeting. It's not healing, but it's like targeting based on the healer logic, and it's throwing barrels on your troops, which is spawning then different troops like giant, archer, wall breakers, such things. And on top of that, it's like throwing your clan castle troops into the fight. Yeah, this already sounded really complicated, but don't worry, I will show you an example attack in just a second. But how it works. So in this siege machine now, we have 3 loons and 1, well, fire, like 1 super dragon. So we're putting it somewhere where it takes no damage because it's not moving. It's targeting the next troop, and it's now going to throw barrels on top of that troop. The first barrel has the loon in there. We're going to have now with every barrel like a new loon or such. And important here is, it's always the smallest housing space of the clan castle troops first. So it's like the loons having 5 housing space, the super dragon has way more, and this means the super dragon is coming out last. But there it is, there is the super dragon. Now it's throwing and keep throwing those barrels until all of the troops are unleashed, and then it's just getting destroyed. I have to say I would have liked to see, and I think then it might have been useful if you still have then like a cloned version of your clan castle troops in there, but right now it's just popping and there's nothing in there anymore. You still have thrown your clan castle troops into the attack, but I feel like, why would you do that if you could just use a siege barracks and you have P.E.K.K.A in there? Like, pretty skeptical on the power level of that new siege. But I think something I really want to show you is the power level of the new miners, because that is... Let's take a look at this, okay? So we have 46 miners. The important thing is all of those attacks are done already with the balance changes. 2 weeks ago, or some weeks ago, I did a balance change video for the equipments. For example, we had the life gem getting buffed. We have the electric boots getting nerfed and such things. Those things will be live with the update. Which means we have now the new upgraded life gem, which means over 1000 hit points for every single miner. Which means this is 46,000 hit points because we have 46 miners. On top of that, we have 9 more miners inside the clan castle. Those things just don't die. They're just so tanky with those bonus hit points. And this means as long as you're deploying your heal spells somewhat correct, okay, like I'm pretty messing up a lot. Like it's not really great, but hey, you just have to watch it, right? But you have to only roughly deploy them in the right spot to heal like a group of miners. And those things just don't die. It's insane. It's kind of like Root Riders 2.0, but instead of like having a few strong, really tanky troops, you have a mass army, but because of the new life gem, like upgrade, buff, whatever, you have them way more powerful. And you just go, like, now you might consider iTzu, there's not much alive, but take a look as soon as we get into the back end, how many miners are alive? Like, look at this. This is just insane. For the king, you can use the earthquake boots, spiky ball combination if you want to. I kind of like the vamp stash with the snakes. It's kind of fun, I guess. Snake equipment still. Let's see how strong it will be in the end, really. But I think overall, I mean, this looks crazy, right? And yeah, this this will be fun. So if you're a miner enjoyer, this will be your strategy. But let's just try to use the new siege machine now. And I'm doing that with, in my opinion, still the strongest strategy, hands down, after the update. And the same as the first attack, those balance changes are already for this attack. So if you're saying now, iTzu, you're doing a Royal Champion charge that won't be possible after the balance changes, you're wrong, because this is already with the balance changes, which means this Royal Champion charge is with the nerfed Electro Boots, which means less healing, less DPS, and the nerfed invisibility spell. Okay, really important. If you don't know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about balance changes, check out my video like 3 weeks ago where I talked about them, where we had the different equipments getting some buffs, nerfs, whatever, and the invisibility spell getting a small nerf. But all of those changes will be live with this update. But let's get back to the attack. How we're going to utilize it, we're instead having now only the Archer Queen on the flank. So instead of having the Siege Barracks there, we only have the Archer Queen. We're going to have the Root Riders in, now the Siege Machine, and this Siege Machine now keep throwing things into my attack. Which means I have Valkyries in the Siege Machine, for example. And those Valkyries then can support quite nicely inside the core. I have as well a Baby Dragon in there, because if I would use a Loon, that Loon would, because of the housing space, would be thrown out early, because Valkyries have 8 housing space, Loon has 5. But I want to have a test option, which means I want to have Black Mine tanking in front of my healers. So I have one Baby Dragon in there, which means the Baby Dragon leaves last, because I have otherwise Valkyries in there. They're only 8 housing space. So you can see, you should hopefully see, yep, there's the barrel. Is it? I think it's going to be with the Baby Dragon, right? Barrel is dropping, and there we have the Baby Dragon. So if there would have been a Black Mine, which I don't think there was, so unfortunate here, but if there would be a Black Mine, that Black Mine would be tanked and my healer staying alive. But again, is it really that useful? Wouldn't be like 2 P.E.K.K.A with a new level on the outside with the Siege Barracks be better? Yeah, rough call. I'm not really sure. I think it's a fun one, but maybe people are coming up with crazy cool stuff. But so far I was not able to really come up with something where I would say, yes, this looks strong, this looks better. Because in my opinion, this looks fun, but the Siege Barracks is always better. But hey, maybe I'm missing something. I really hope that I missed something, because this would mean that this Siege Machine is not useless, because that would be really unfortunate. But hey, I hope that you really enjoy the Siege Machine. I really would like to see from you guys what you would use with that Siege Machine together, how you would use that Siege Machine together. And as well, make sure that you're following this channel, because that was just sneak peek number 1. Already a lot of stuff in there, but that was just sneak peek number 1. If you want to be up to date when it comes down to Clash content in general, make sure that you're following this channel. And I'm super excited about the feedback, and as well moving forward with then the later sneak peek. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next one. Until then, see ya and bye bye.